Hello, my name is Fergus Timmins. I'm the Training Manager with the Alzheimer's Society of Ireland. You're very welcome to this short video presentation on communication tips and tricks. In this presentation, we're going to look at the following topics. We're going to examine some overall strategies to improve non-verbal and verbal communications. We're going to look at the importance of substituting statements for questions, and sometimes substituting actions for questions. Visual clues can be useful as well when we're communicating with our loved one with dementia. And finally, we're going to look at the importance of listening. Okay, so let's look at some overall strategies for non-verbal communication. It's really important that you gain attention of the person you're speaking to or communicating with before you start speaking to them. And there's ways of doing that. Establish eye contact. That's really important. And this may mean that you need to bend down or kneel if the person is sitting, so that you're at the same level as them and eye contact is natural. It's also appropriate sometimes to use touch to gain attention. So it could be lightly touching somebody on the arm or on the back to make sure that they know that you're there. So as I said, gaining attention of the person before you speak to them is really, really important. Try to interpret the person's non-verbal communications. Read their body language. Do you think that they're in pain? Are they communicating as they normally would? It's important as you get to know the person to read these visual non-verbal communications. The tone of voice that you use is also really important. So what you say is important, but also how you say it. And you'll practice that over time, what works and what doesn't work. Speak slowly and say individual words clearly. That's also important, especially as dementia progresses and communication skills become more difficult. And use visual clues, and I'm going to talk about visual clues a little bit later on in the presentation. In terms of verbal communication skills, begin by identifying yourself and explain what it is you propose to do. So when you're speaking with somebody, make sure that they know what you're trying to do, speak slowly and clearly, and make your message clear and concise. So short explanations are really important, and use language that the person understands and is familiar with. Paraphrase if necessary, and keep explanations simple and short. Use statements instead of questions. So you could point at the toilet, for example, and say, "Here is the toilet," instead of repeatedly asking the person, "Do they need to go to the bathroom?" So this is clear and direct communications. And avoid the propensity to repeat the question or the activity many times, which can be frustrating for you and for the person that you're communicating with. Substitute actions instead of questions. So this is where you can do, for example, an action with the person or in front of the person rather than asking the person to do something. For example, you could wash your hands in front of the person, you could brush your teeth in front of the person and get them to join with you in that activity. Use visual clues. So again, and like all of the foregoing, this does depend on the stage of dementia your loved one is at. But it can be useful to use written notices or pictures to effectively orientate the person. So a picture of a toilet on the toilet door, or the bedroom on the bedroom door, or on various drawers in the kitchen, as in the picture there. Finally, the importance of listening. It's really important that you show respect for the person that you're caring for, as I'm sure that you do. Gentleness of touch can soothe and reassure a person with dementia. Sometimes, and especially as dementia progresses, we may not understand everything that the person is saying to us, but if we listen with interest, it gives the person a sense of your empathy, and that can be a calming and positive influence on the person. It can help their confidence and their self-esteem. Okay, that's the end of this very short presentation on communication tips and tricks. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I'll be back later with another presentation. Thanks very much.